Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I do appreciate you all being here today. Do me a favor, let me know how it sounds, and if it sounds off, I need to make some adjustments. But I made a few tiny adjustments to the way it sounds. So do me a favor, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know how it sounds, and yeah, I'll check that out here in a minute in the chat. So, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe to the. Go ahead and subscribe. What that does is it lets me grow the channel out. Hit the bell if you want to hear whenever I go live. I do go live approximately, or try to, at 12:30 every day, or thereabouts. As the past couple of days have been just a little bit off, so yeah, it has been interesting. So we're gonna have some interesting conversations today around some stuff going on in the world. We're gonna talk about Jamie Dimon. We're gonna talk about deals that are being canceled around homes, and then potential 20 to 40% housing crash as well. Also, some news that came out right as I started, right after I launched everything, and that I noticed, at least it's been out for a little bit, but around Ukraine, and then the euro and the dollar. Some fun stuff. We're going to take a look at that for today as well. So, thank you all for being here. It does mean a lot to me. If you would like and have not considered checking out the Patreon show, go ahead and check it out. It's only $5. If you join and then you want to leave, totally cool. But at least come check it out. If nothing else, it is definitely where I can take the gloves off this platform away from me to be able to go and realistically take care of what gets put on my heart, if you will, for the day. Also, it's where I do early access interviews. And then there are other conversations that I'll have with you guys and gals there that I typically just won't have out here. Reason being is realistically, well, this channel would get removed if I did. So, and those of you part of the Patreon, you know why. And last thing I'll talk about here, real quick, do me a favor, check out Crypto Confidential. It is scrolling at the bottom of the screen and linked in the description of the video. That gives an educational platform for you guys and gals. There's a monthly newsletter that I guest write for from time to time. I just did one, so it should be a fun one. That one's around Polygon, so I would love any feedback on that. That'd be great for those of you who are in there. And then definitely go and check it out, because there is a community of people who are actually living the crypto life, and they're doing multiple different purchases and whatnot, and all that fun stuff in there as well. So it is a very niche group. It is very, very interesting stuff that they're doing there. We have got an event coming up that's private to Crypto Confidential. If you want to be joining in that, check that out and come and join us. So let's jump right into what's going on here today. First things first, I'm going to have some coffee. This one's a Papua New Guinea. Love me some black coffee. I like the different notes. It's very, very good. Very good stuff. So today, everything is being hammered down. Bitcoin is having a fun time trying to keep itself around the $20,000 mark. I am congested. I am so sorry. I'm still dealing with my allergy. But the Dow's up, but it's gapping, which means it's very unhealthy. And then you have the NASDAQ is also up, but it's also gapping, and so is the S&P 500. They're all gapping. Gold got slammed down. If you want to know more about gold and silver, what's going on with gold and silver and the manipulation around it, go give Bix Weir a follow. That'd be kind of cool to have a conversation with him around gold, silver, and crypto. Have not had the opportunity to meet him. I think he came out to one of Bitcoin Ben's events that I ended up having to be late to because of other stuff going on in life. So fun times for sure. So you got Divi, which spiked up a good bit, but is having an interesting time right now, along with everything else being pushed down. Matic has been up. It's been up a good bit. It's been keeping itself trekking back onward. Matic is making some very big strides in very big ways. Looks like we have a very tight squeeze here on the daily for Axie. And then mortgage rates, we'll check real quick. It is down 7% this week. Let's see what it is next week. I mean, if you look through here, it goes up and down throughout all this stuff. But I mean, that's pretty crazy rise, pretty crazy fall. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, let's jump into what's going on. Jamie Dimon, the world's most powerful, is not the most powerful banker, but people would like you to think that he is. Excuse me. Things can get much worse. We are facing very serious problems. What he's realistically talking about here is the inflation problems, the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, and the more and more money that keeps getting printed, which we'll talk about that here shortly. The dollar is rising in value. I actually have no idea why, but it is. People are rushing into the dollar. Who told you that? I've been saying that. Mm. Historically speaking, the dollar has been the safe haven for all of this stuff. Because it's been the safe haven, well, um, you end up having people get out of the stock market and they go into the dollar because they want to wait for everything to kind of crash out and then they will come back up. At the bottom, they'll try and buy more. Interestingly enough, that's kind of the way it all works. So high, you buy low, right? Well, what happens when you have an hyperinflationary type of an event where all the markets around the world dump into the dollar becomes liquid again, and then you have a huge problem that's going to be absorbed by cryptocurrency. It will be. I know it will be. You go look gold and silver. That's going to happen. This guy and all his teams and whatnot have been brought up recently with RICO charges. Again, follow Big Swear for that type of information. He's very good at it. He's been following it for a long time. It's lots of good stuff. I don't know if I'm still part of his Patreon or not, but actually, I think I'm not. I had to reset everything. Something happened with all my stuff when I tried to do my Patreon stuff, and I had to there were some other ones I need to go back and see if I'm still part of them. Anyhow, so Jamie Dimon says that we are about to hear some serious problems. He is the helm of JP Morgan for the past 16 years, the only major bank chief who has survived the 2008 financial crisis. It's because they own the shorts and the control over the metals market, so they are safe, if you will. Anyhow, now he's warning people to brace themselves for what may come. What is going to come? Do you feel that you are a person with a lot of power? I feel like I have a big responsibility. That's an honor and a privilege. But at the same time, I feel like I owe people something. Before being chairman of and CEO of JP Morgan Chase, I am a patriot. Okay. And I want my country, the United States, to do well. I spend a lot of time thinking about how I can help the Western world. Yeah. So the question, what makes you so pessimistic about the economy in the future? His answer is, in my country, the situation is relatively good. The job market is very strong. Consumers have money to spend. When I said there are dark clouds on the horizon, I think people underestimated my warning. They thought that these economic problems were temporary, and this is not the case. Things can get much worse. We are facing a very serious problems, such as high inflation, particularly in energy and food prices, and increases in interest rates. So he's referring to flashbang sending over, I don't know, whatever the 3 billion barrels of oil over to, I don't know, our Asian friends. Because Russia took over the Donbass region, and because Russia took over the Donbass region, which is where his son helped found and owns a company to export oil. Yeah. And today, this is a bunch of malarkey. Ukraine gets $1.7 billion in fresh aid to pay healthcare workers. Uh-huh. Sure it is. Okay. No, we're going into hyperinflation, but we can give $1.7 billion to pay for healthcare workers in another country that is not our own, when our own healthcare workers, our own military veterans, our own um, people here in this country actually need to be able to have. No, that's going to keep the regime there quiet. It only lasts so long. It's only lasting so long. All right. That money is going directly into the pockets of all the oligarchs and all that fun stuff to keep them quiet, because they're going to tell on the flashbangs and what's going on with them, and then the other families. I have to be very careful what I say because of what channel we're on here. Mm. Such a good blend of coffee. Sorry. Um, because if I am not careful, then I will end up having some problems. Put it that way. Anyways, so with all of that being said, you want to know what? All the dollars around the world, a lot of people. I just thought about this. I know this. I've known this for a while, but I just thought to say it. It doesn't matter where the dollars get spent in the world, because we're in a global economy. Those dollars are effectively flooding into the economy of the U.S. because it's U.S. dollars. They're just giving more money to someone else that we don't know who they are. As a matter of fact, I've mentioned it on my Patreon what Russia's been going after, where they've been attacking, the information they've been collecting, the strategic things they've been doing. I'm not exactly, like I've said before, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And when you find out what's really been going on in Ukraine, you'll understand exactly why Putin went and did what he did. You will. It's intriguing to me in very many ways that this particular thing here, yeah, what the heck, you know what I mean? So, energy, well, guess what? Quit giving our oil away. Food, quit setting our food processing plants on fire. And then interest rates rising, oh, that's their mechanism to absorb the stupid uh, inflation, the money that they keep printing. Do you think the U.S., this is a question, do you think the U.S. could enter a recession before the end of the year? He says, I don't like to make predictions, but yes, it is a possibility. We don't know yet how much interest rates will go up. So on the 13th, for what it's worth, folks. So tomorrow, the CPI information comes out. The CPI is, sorry, heard something upstairs. The CPI stuff is supposed to be their main indicator of what's actually happening in the world. And if it's down, then we're good. But if it's up, then we're heading into a recession, which means we have had, and then you have, I think towards the end of this month, you have the second, this is Q2's GDP that will be released. So if that's down, well, guess what? Inflation's up, we're in a recession. The wage increases has already proven that we're not. Everyone got a pay cut. If you're in corporate America, you got a pay cut unless you got promoted or whatever. Just saying. Anyhow, I don't last see. So he's saying yes. Will inflation remain in current levels much longer? I think we are nearing the top. They just sent $1.7 billion to Ukraine. Okay, these guys, look, they don't know what they're talking about with this stuff. They've become complacent. They're asleep at the helm. They've gotten drunk on their money, and they're just doing whatever they please. And they're screwing everyone else. Busy Mountain. We'll go ahead and pull this up right here. I did see that. Somebody did share that. So CSPOA going to drop press release about arrest of voter fraud by county sheriffs across the country. 10 minutes and 10 minutes till it starts. So no hard feelings if y'all drop before the show's over. I know you guys come back and pick it up later. but I definitely want to go check that out for what it's worth. I will be watching, paying attention to that because realistically, folks, that is extremely important. So thank you, Busy Mountain, for pointing that out. Again, if you guys drop for that, no hard feelings. Just give me the likes on the page. Come back and watch it. All that fun stuff. Share it out on your socials. Help me grow the channel. Join the Patreon and join Crypto Confidential. Yeah, cool stuff. Anyway, Jamie Dimon been saying we're coming into a recession. We're coming into problems. We're coming into this stuff. Guess what? He's not wrong. We talk about that on the show here often. Here's another very, very intriguing tidbit of information. This is not a joke. When home buyers are canceling their deals, they're putting offers in on houses. So the homes that are across the country that have actually had um, any kind of deal on them at all, people are starting to drop out of those deals. They're not buying the homes anymore. The homes are overvalued. They're recognizing that. They're saying, you know what? I'm not going to buy that house. They're saying, I'm not buying that house at that price. It's too expensive. They're not doing it because they're wise and smart about it. Yeah, when that happens, the inventory stays on the market, prices drop. We're in a recession, folks. We are way into that. It's about to get really bad. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to spread fear, uncertainty, or doubt or anything like that, but use it, as Economics Ninja says, I'll steal his little phrase, use it as a motivation to prepare yourself for what is coming. Get yourself on the right side of the coin when it comes to the money, whatnot. I know most of you have done that. But when it comes to food and things like that, be able to, whether you store it, stock it, whatever, or if you're able to hunt and do gardens, or if you know how to do other stuff to be able to feed your families, because there are ways to, like right now, I'm making bacon, literally. Not like, it took pork belly and seasoned and cured it, whatnot, and it's cold smoking right now. It will stay fresh for a long period of time, especially in the freezer. Technically, if I really wanted to stay fresh, I could literally leave it out on the counter because of how you do it. It's cured. You can't bacteria what I can't grow once it's cured. Well, it can over time. Anyways, I digress. The smoke does some very powerful things. So yeah, let me just read these highlights here. Americans are canceling deals to buy homes at the highest rate since the start of the hunger disease. The share of sale agreements in existing homes canceled in June was just under 15% of all homes that went under contract. That's actually a pretty big number. According to the new report by Redfin, home builders are also seeing higher cancellation rates. So that one's a big deal. This one is a big deal. All right. Home builders, when you have someone coming in and they're a net new build and you start building the home and you're spending money to sell them the home, that double screws the whole situation up. Like, we're all screwed at that point, kind of thing. The home will sit not finished, become an eyesore and a problem. Happened a lot in 2008. Somebody else comes along and says, hey, yeah, I'll finish it. I'll pay for it, blah, 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 blah. If you are in the proper side of this mess, there were more wealthy people created in the Great Depression and in the last recession and in 2008, 2002, in the 2000s than there were in any other time in history. Americans are canceling deals to buy homes at the highest rate since the hunger disease entered the scene. The share of sale agreements on existing homes canceled and I already read all this. Cancellations were about 11% 1 year ago. Interesting. Higher mortgage rates and surging inflation are causing many potential home buyers, to reconsider their purchases. The average rate of a 30-year fixed mortgage started this year around 3%, and it began rising steadily. It briefly shot above 6% in the mid, and we talked about all this. You guys, gals, we kept up with this. The reason we kept up with it is because it's a debt-based system. Because in debt-based systems, that is how uh, the economy is built on the housing market. It is 100% resting on that. It is the foundation of the market. It is the foundation of the economy. So, PAPAJO, what happens next? Well, there is an interesting tidbit of information here. Just a moment. I had to sneeze. Sorry. Still dealing with allergies. All right. So a 20 to 40% housing crash is coming, says investor who called the crypto the tulip mania of the 21st century. Now, he's wrong about crypto, but he has not been wrong about other things. Look, tulips are flowers. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is blockchain technology, and first and foremost, it is technology. It is a tool. Funny thing is this guy is actually for blockchain technology, but not cryptos. Kind of, anyways. Anyways, he correctly predicted the crypto and stock market crashes, said that he expects a major correction in the real estate market in the United States. He suggested that the recent sell-offs in crypto and equities would spill over into housing. Grandich said that the goal in this market to not try to lose a lot of money and warned a real estate could see a that real estate could see a 20, 30, or 40% loss and pretty fast. Yep. Since this all started, it's only been 6 months since this started really taking a turn. Since the beginning of June to today, it has significantly fallen off a cliff. And I know people are like, well, the home prices aren't coming down. I'm like, yeah, they are. When new builders can't sell homes because people back out, the price of that home will significantly decrease for the next person who comes in, so that they can get the product sold that they've already, so they get their money back out of it, basically, because they've already sunk in money on it. And people who are trying to sell homes at $1 million above their value, their asking value, yeah, those homes are dropping like flies on their prices. They're really dropping. So crazy stuff happening. In this gentleman also says stocks and cryptocurrency continue to perform weakly, and the S&P 500 down 18% year to date, and Bitcoin down 53% year to date. He isn't wrong, but Bitcoin is not the stock market. If you look at, we talked about yesterday, I think it was on the Patreon. Realistically, they run together for me sometimes, so I'm sorry if I if I doubled my conversation here with you guys. Sorry about that, but the blockchain data would suggest that we have bottomed out. A lot of other people think that we have not bottomed out with crypto. And in crypto, 53% decrease is normal. It's normal because people take a breath. It takes a breath because it is a freely traded market. There's not very much manipulation yet. But the thing is, though, I say it like that because there are derivatives in Bitcoin. There are centralized exchanges in Bitcoin. Just to understand for everybody here, I just lost my train of thought. I clearly need more coffee. Oh, when Bitcoin is on the on-chain data, the blockchain data information, Bitcoin is turning around now. I was like, PAPAJO, how could you say that? Well, because it's kind of been sitting still. Everything else is starting to fall. Now, it could come down more. It could come down more, but it's in the um, undervalued range. We'll call it, it's in an undervalued range. So when it's undervalued, every time it is into that range is when we've seen the next major run. Okay, I think maybe hang on. I may have shared it with my wife. She wanted to read it. I don't know if I shared it with her or not. Uh, doop. I did not share it with her. So, where did I put that? I don't know if I put it in. All right, whatever. I'll find it. Maybe we can see it. Anyhow, let's see. All right, so back over here. So last year, this dude issued a warning saying that he didn't want to own any general equities or bonds. He also called cryptocurrencies the tulip mania of the 21st century, which he's a knucklehead for that. A reference to the 17th century Dutch asset bubble, which drove prices of tulips to $750,000 per bulb. Yeah, it's a plant. It's a plant, not something that has all the aspects of sound money, with the exception of time and intrinsic value. In response to his predictions, Grandich claimed he had received hate mail. There's probably people who want him dead. Really crazy stuff. As a recession approaches and intensifies, Grandich forecasts for severe fall in housing prices. The negative wealth effect will become the overriding factor that keeps markets on the defense. Excuse me, on the defensive. We're seeing the end of the big bubble in real estate. I think it's the one market we're going to see the most down this quarter versus other markets. He suggests the current real estate prices are not based on fundamentals, according to the old Economics 101 books, the old relics. Let read them. The only thing I've learned over in almost 40 years is we tend, as human beings, to, in everything, go to the extreme. One side or the other, he explained. We've reached the peak at one end. We're going to go back to the middle, where we're going to swing to the other side. Those are the points normally that have to be reached. So we're almost there. So inflation's a problem, and yet Ukraine gets $1.7 billion. Yeah, Ukraine gets an additional $1.7 billion assistance from the U.S. government and the World Bank to pay salaries of healthcare workers and provide other essential services. Sure, it is. Sure, it is. Don't get me wrong. I want people to be taken care of in every way in every country. That'd be fantastic. If you're, hang on, just a second. Where did I put it though? This is it. Oh yeah, she just reminded me. Thank you, my love, for sending that over. I appreciate that. All right, let's see if I can blow this up some. This is on CryptoQuant. This is a chart. The Pullet multiple is dropped into the green zone between 0.3 and 0.5, signaling the undervaluation of coins, of the new coins. So we have the undervaluation marks, the fair value, the overvalued. You can see where it's way overvalued in these different points. Every single time it hits this point, wherever it hits, it bottoms out. And every single time it rises up into that overvalued range, it starts to come back down. It is an historical pattern that you can follow. We just hit that zone again. Realistically speaking, we should see another run, albeit it may be more gradual, but it's still going to run. To my amazing wife, bringing that up, thank you. So, last little tidbit of information here. The euro and the dollar are under half a penny away from parity for the first time in 20 years. Is the euro, in fact, depegging from the world reserve currency, the dollar? You gotta wonder. For the first time in 20 years, the exchange rate between the euro and the dollar is nearly the same. The two currencies are less than 1 cent away from parity. The euro hovered around $1 and just whatever, 4/100ths of a cent, I guess. Anyway, on Monday afternoon, down about 12% since the start of the year. Fears of recession on the continent or abroad Stoked by high inflation, energy supply uncertainty caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Of course, they have to put that in there. Stupid CNN, you have no idea what we're talking about. You guys are fighting for the bad guys, to put it bluntly. You just are. India also just ditched the dollar as well. Guys, the dollar's dead. The world governments are ditching it. The euro is now becoming depegging itself, if you will, and is from the dollar. They're cutting the strings, guys and gals. They are the weights keeping the balloon of the US dollar on the ground. As they cut those weights, it's going to rise so high and then it'll eventually pop. When that happens, this excuse me, any currency is going to go into any fiat is going to go to gold, silver, crypto, and then eventually real estate. Sound money is where it's going to go. Cryptocurrency is sound money. For the most part, it's the net new businesses and the net new stock market, if you will. Everyone's used to the stock market. They're just businesses building technology or building something and doing what they're doing. Same thing in the crypto world, people. Blockchain technology is solving real world problems. Get a project that makes sense, that is doing something they're supposed to be doing, they're doing what they're saying they're going to do. So, with that, I'm going to go through and say hey to everybody. I'm pretty sure a lot of people dropped to go watch the thingamadoodle. But if nothing else, I'm going to say to people, and then I'm going to go watch that thing myself. So, we got Bitcoin Bull. What's going on? And my allergies, as I mentioned, I will load this. Yeah. I had a sneezing fit right before we started. That's actually why we started late. So, I do apologize about that. My local silver, Bitcoin Bull, my local silver dealer has a Ukraine flag on the door. I'd keep from going in, but they have much lower premiums than online sellers. Does that make you a seller? No. In my opinion, that makes you being wise, using your money wisely. The other one's losing money on you. I mean, that's my thought. I don't know. But no, I don't think you're a sellout. What's going on, Lithia? Good morning. How you doing? We got Ito5166. How's it going? Good morning to you as well. Thanks for jumping in today. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. No, I got an in-room air conditioning. I just wanted to make sure that I adjusted the sound to try to block it out. Just want to make sure y'all can't hear it. If you can, let me know, and I will turn it off during the shows. It's not that problem. Not that big of a deal. Who else we got here? We got Manny in the house. What is up, brother? It's good to see you today. Thanks for jumping in. I do appreciate it very much so. Who else do we have here? I think Tom is hitting the dimples ball today. Oh, golf ball. Dimpled ball. Speak, Papa Joe. All of it. Yes, Vic's Road to Rio show is in St. Louis right now. Yeah, they're going to be in July at the end of this month. That'd be a fun one to go to. I need to hit Ben up and see what's up with that one. Rick, what's up? How you doing? I do appreciate you being here today, sir. Again, for those of you who did not see this, Busy Mountain pointed this out. The CSPOA going to drop a press release on the arrest of voter fraud by county sheriffs across the country. You forget, constitutional sheriffs, county sheriffs have more constitutional authority than our government does. They also work directly for us. Yeah, they're doing their job. They're starting to do their job. And they realize it's like they're waking up out of their coma going, wait a minute. The Constitution says I can do X, Y, and Z. I could do something about this, and they're going to do something. They're finally waking up out of their coma, which is fantastic. So, yep, Busy Mountain is definitely starting to collapse. Everything is starting to get very crazy. Johnny Mattis, what's up, brother? I appreciate you very much so for jumping in here. Do for sure. Bitcoin Bull, teach me the pork belly cold smoke method, Papa Joe. Absolutely. You know what? What if I did a Papa Joe barbecue show or something like that? That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I don't know. You guys give me enough subscribers here to where it makes sense. and have enough people join the Patreon, have enough people join the Crypto Confidential, and maybe we could talk about doing something like that. And I'll teach you guys my tips and tricks and all that fun stuff that worked for me, and a lot of you'd be surprised. It's a lot simple. I do things simple. The less is more method, and it very much so works. All right, what else we got here? Training Man, what is up, brother? I appreciate you being here today. Very much so. It is fantastic for sure. Bitcoin Bull, exactly. He likes blockchain and not crypto. It's like Rodney Dangerfield not liking cocaine. Yeah. Fun stuff. But he likes the smell of it. Yeah, buddy. Fatty's Bar, what's up? No worries. Appreciate you jumping in. At least saying hey. It's a fantastic day for sure. What else we got in here? All right, cool. Cool. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. I actually think I'm late for a meeting myself. So y'all have a blessed rest of the day. I will see you all at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time for the Patreon show. If you're not signed up for it, you really should. It does help the channel out. Yes, it's not a lot because I want more people in there than I want quantity on that one. I definitely want quantity. So anyway, y'all take it easy. Be blessed, and we'll see you later. Good afternoon.